So topic for the discussion is a role of language in conserving local culture. What we all need to understand is what the culture means and what language has to do with this culture. Most of the people think that language in no way is connected with the local culture. Local language, how can it be connected with the culture? Because culture means we speak about those things what we have inherited from our older generation, and language is just for the media, as a we can use it as a medium of communication. So today I am going to stress on the language and its role in conservation of culture. We all should know that there are different languages and there are different dialects as per those languages. We know that at least in India we have several languages and several cultures. So India is actually more known as a language laboratory, whereas the other nations, they don't have this much of variety with respect to culture and language as well. We have Assami, Gujarati, Punjabi, Hindi, Konkani, all those languages. We also do speak English in India and few other languages like Portuguese and Spanish. We need to understand that why language is more important in conservation of culture. What does culture mean? Culture, culture means the things that are inherited, the things that those have been preserved from decades, from centuries. It deals with food, it deals with clothing style, it deals with the folk dances and folk songs and folk dramas and other things. Friends, the dialectal differences exist for many popular languages because of the cultural impact that we need to understand. See, French spoken in France is different from Canadian French. Likewise, many languages have different regional dialects. In India also, we do have different languages and different culture. So the cultural impact is such that we tend to get different types of dialects, and those dialects, they differ from culture to culture. It's a way of life. The culture means the way of life wherein we deal with the different types of thoughts, different types of behaviors, different types of lifestyles. Which came first, language or culture? We most of the time think that maybe culture, because it's an integral part of the human life. But you need to understand that language is the integral part in the establishment of any culture. See, communication is the basic human need that we know, because human being cannot exist without communication, and hence obviously the language came first, because they communicated and then the culture got developed. So this communication means a person wanted to express his emotions, express his thoughts, and then the emotions, those thoughts, the way of life was the culture what we know as. But it was communicated with the help of language. Language only does not mean literature or letters or alphabets or words or syntaxes. It is the main source and the essence of the culture. Language, we should know that it's a source as well as the essence of the culture. Friends, out of over 7,000 languages, only 200 languages currently exist in both the formats, spoken and written. So why only 200 languages are surviving or existing? It is because the idea behind the existence of the relation of language with the culture may not be understood by those speakers. For instance, the Konkani language that we use today is very different from the old Konkani. So we are not talking about the Konkani which was spoken some 1,000 years back. And language will change according to the as it changes from culture to culture. Language also changes from the old era to new era, the old age to new age. Similarly, between the language and culture, the similarity between both of them is both are changing continuously. Language also change continuously, and so do the culture. So we need to understand that it is not the communication only as a main role played by language, but it develops our culture. It takes, or along with the decades to decades, through language, our culture is passed on. See, we need to understand that there are three major wheels: language, communication, and culture. Both of them are all three are interrelated. Every wheel is attached to the other. So if one keeps moving, then other will keep on moving. If one gets stuck, then the other will not move. That's the main reason why only 200 plus languages are existing today. So we need to understand that language not only communicates, but it also enhances, it also conserves our culture. So communication is the major role played by language, but then language also conserve or help in conservation of the culture. We need to learn that if we need to learn a different language or a foreign language, then we should understand that we also need to learn the particular regional culture, and that too we have to learn it first, so that learning of the language becomes more easier. If we are not ready to learn the culture, the regional culture or the local culture, then we will not be able to learn the language in total. The understanding of a culture can greatly help in learning any different or foreign language. So this understanding of the culture goes with the language. See, language and culture both are so much related that if we imagine that this left hand is a language and my right hand is culture, then language gives something to the culture. So at times the roles are exchanged. Culture sometimes gives certain things to language, and in this way, in this manner, both of them, language and the culture, gets conserved and gets developed. So let us take example with respect to the local culture, that is of Goa, and with respect to the Konkani language. See, we know that, we must have heard that Goan folk culture, it includes Fugdi, those are the dance forms, folk dances, Ghodemondni, Gof, Med, Virbhadra, Zagor, etc. See, Virabhadra, if you need to understand, we should understand that Virabhadra is basically a dance form where Lord Shiva is praised, and the dance form was brought to this land by Karnataka, the king of Karnataka of that time, the Kadambas dynasty. When the Kadamba dynasty was ruling in Goa, that time this Virabhadra entered in this Govan. Today, Veerbhadra is so much played by all the particular Govans at particular places. It's not played everywhere in the Goa, but then at least in the major part of the Goa, this Veerbhadra is played. And if you listen to the Veerbhadra, what the hymns those are pronounced that time, the words those are uttered, you will not understand the meaning of it because those are not in Konkani. They say Veerbhadranna Haudu Haudu, Kailas Varge Haudu Haudu. So these are Kannada lines. So in Kannada language, they are praising Lord Shiva. They say Veerbhadranna. Anna, this particular word is now today used in certain dialects of the Konkani, wherein to the elderly person we say Anna, Veerbhadranna. Haudu Haudu means in Konkani we say, oh yes, yes, hi, Saiba. Kailas Varge, the one who is staying in Kailas Parvat. So Kailas Varge, Haudu. But this particular dance form, folk dance form, is played by Govans. Those who speak Konkani at home, but they don't know Kannada language. So once now what the thing I'm stressing on is, if we don't know the language, particular language with respect to the Veerbhadra, we will not be able to understand what the Veerbhadra is and what is the historical relevance of Veerbhadra or its connection with the Kadamba dynasty. So if we understand certain Goan festivals, we look Shigmo, Carnival, Chavat, Nathla, Jatra, Kalo, Fest, several other Goan festivals are there. If we need to understand those festivals, we need to understand the language in which those festivals are conducted, or the hymns or the poetic part of the presentation. If it is in Konkani language, we need to understand the Konkani language, then only we will be able to understand the culture. Now, the problem with the today's generation is they are least bothered about I'm not generalizing the statement, but then most of the today's generation, they are not bothered so much about the local language. At least in Goa, the today's generation, they are more attracted towards the foreign languages or other than the all Indian languages. Basically, they are more attracted towards English. And that's the need of the hour also. But that does not mean that they should give up the local language or their own mother tongue. The importance of the language is to understand their own culture. If one particular time, if they are staying in abroad, maybe in America or New Zealand, if they come down to their native place, then if they want to understand the culture of their native part or the native region, then they need to understand the local language also, because both the things are interrelated, interconnected and interdependent. So culture gives some things to the language, language adds something to the culture, and if we are not bothered about the local language, then we will not be able to understand the culture. So now, in the last few years, what we have noticed is people are again coming to their roots. They want to understand their culture. They want to understand the culture of their native place, but they are not more attracted towards the language. They speak English language or any other language, but then they should understand that without knowing the local language, they will not be able to understand in totality the culture of their native region. Let us take some more example regarding how the language plays important role in the conservation of the culture. Culture does not mean only folk dance or folk literature. It also means our food culture. It also means the names of our places, the anthropology of the localites. They also need to understand that folk, it is about our dress culture also. See, in Goa, there is one dance form. In that particular dance form, a particular clothing style is maintained, and that is those ladies, they wear the sari and the knot is exactly above the shoulder, and that is known as detli. The dressing of that particular sari is known as detli. Now, this particular detli word is also used in several poems, several other prose literature, but the person who is unaware about the detli word will not be able to understand the exact meaning and the culture of with respect to that region. See, we have several Goan places wherein the names are distorted. You people must be aware about the famous railway station in Goa that is known as in the today's language it is Karambolim, but the actual name of the place is not Karambolim but Karmali. Karamali. Karmali. The Karambolim is the distorted version. So now, if we need to understand certain things, see this Karmali name is still pronounced as Karmali in few surnames. For example, Karmalkar. A person with the name, let us say Rajay Kalmarkar. So he will not write Rajay Karambolimkar. Kar stands for the person of that particular place who owes certain thing. So Karmalkar, he will write Karmali there, but then below that name, when he need to write the address, he will write Rajay Karmalkar, Karambolim Goa. So this is the distorted form. So now words gets distorted, and once the words are distorted, automatically it affects the syntax of the language, and hence the language gets distorted and it gets detached from the roots which are connected to the culture. There is a proverb, one proverb that in Konkani it is Shenilem Borum Karmadecha Taya. In this particular proverb, the word Karmadecha Taya, it means lost cattle will be found at Karmali Lake. The Karmali is the place, and there is a lake. It's close to the railway station. Whenever you visit Karmali, in today's pronunciation, it is Karambolim railway station. So there is a lake, and the same lake is referred as the largest lake in our proverbs. So we need to understand the historical reference, we need to understand certain etymology of the name, then we have to understand the relation between language and culture. So language will automatically will conserve the culture. Etymology will lead us to anthropology. See, in Konkani we say Janto and Nanto. These words are used for old aged person, we call Janto, and young aged person, we call Nanto. But then Janto, the etymology says that Janto means Janato, that means the one who knows, and Nanto means Nanato, one who does not know. These are referred to the knowledge part, but in today's usage, it is referred to the age part. We say Mataro and Tarnato. Instead of saying Matara and Tarnato, we call Janto and Nanto. So this is the etymological part. We need to understand the local folk, local food, local dressing, local animals, local deities, and local ecosystem, local festivals, local customs. All those things we need to understand with the help of language only. So my dear friends, language is an effective expression and transmission of the culture. Ken Hale, linguist, he says if a language is lost, a part of the culture is lost. So we have to respect the language and then conserve. Automatically the culture will get conserved. Summing up, I will say, since language and culture are inseparable and interdependent, language plays a very crucial role in the conservation of local culture. I hope you people must have understood the relation and importance of the language with the culture. Do speak your native language, do worry about your language, and do preserve your culture with the help of language. Goodbye.